Good morning. It is 6:29 a.m. on Thursday, November 29th, 2018. I'm Christiana Ellis and I just got up. This is 5 more minutes. I do seem to be adequately readjusted to United States time, which is a relief. Uh, my brief flirtation with insomnia there when I was having trouble sleeping a couple of times was not pleasant, so glad that has been resolved and that it's not generally something I struggle with because, woof, not fun. Uh, so, uh, although, sometimes the people with chronic insomnia, it's always kind of just really struck me of the times that I have dealt with significant sleep deprivation, I felt my health deteriorate so quickly when that happened that I can't help but wonder, like the people with real chronic insomnia, what's happening there, I wonder. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like the condition I would be in if I was sleeping only 1 or 2 hours a night, I would be unable to function inside probably just a few days. Um, so, I don't know. That gets into some complicated stuff that I don't really know anything about. I have not, studied the subject or anything. But I guess the question that, was occurring to me was obviously I think people who struggle with insomnia are suffering from the lack of sleep, but sleep is still a weird thing that we don't fully understand why we need it, but like we understand some of the things that happen when we do it, but a lot of it's still speculative. And yet, sleeping is something that we share with quite a variety of our evolutionary ancestors, and so it was apparently introduced into our biological processes very early, and therefore, I guess that doesn't necessarily mean that it's useful. There are certainly things that can develop during evolution that are not, but it must have, given that it is a substantial cost, it theoretically must do something compared to whatever species didn't seem to need it. Anyway, that's not what I intended to talk about today. I was a little surprised shortly after recording the video yesterday because I got an email from Blue Apron letting me know that there was a voluntary recall of one of the ingredients from one of the recipes that week, some tahini sauce that was part of a recipe, a pork noodle recipe, and they were letting me know. It's like, oh, just in case you got that recipe, we know you got that recipe, so you should not use this packet of tahini sauce because there was salmonella found not in that product, but in related products, and so the company that makes it is doing a voluntary recall of everything that was, could theoretically maybe be contaminated. And here's me going, wow, that was a prompt notification given that I had only just the day before received the box that had that ingredient. And also was like, but I ate it last night already. And so I was a little paranoid most of the day yesterday that I was going to develop salmonella poisoning, and I was constantly like monitoring, like, does my stomach feel okay? Do I feel all right? Let me look up on Google. How long does it take to display symptoms? 12 to 72 hours. Oh, I guess I don't know yet. And I feel like I was kind of psyching myself into having a little bit of a stomach ache And so I spent a bunch of the day paranoid of like, do I feel okay? I don't know. My stomach feels a little weird. But is it weird because there's something really happening, or is it weird because I'm focusing on it all day? But I'm pretty confident at this point that I'm fine. Anyway, do have a little bit of a dry throat though. I did talk a bunch yesterday for Dungeons and Dragons, but it was another good session last night. But in the meantime, I'm just continuing my busy week, and 2 more days of that busy week before I'm off on my vacation. So that'll be nice. And in the meantime, I will talk to you all tomorrow for 5 more minutes. Oh, talking about Survivor tonight for the last 2 episodes of Survivor David versus Goliath. So talk to you tomorrow for 5 more minutes.